Welcome, and today we're going to be doing this quick stand from the dollar store. The first thing you're going to need is a spice rack. I got this from the dollar store, Dollar Tree. And then this paper here, which is like rhinestones, but it has adhesive in the back. And then you're also going to need some scissors. You're also going to need double-sided tape or some tape or something like glue to stick it on. And this little rhinestone ribbon. So this ribbon right here, you can find it at the Dollar Tree. You can use other types if you want, you like. This is for scrapbooking. Other stuff is found at your local Dollar Tree, very cheap and very inexpensive. So the first thing you're going to want to do is place it down, and you're going to grab this decal paper or scrapbooking paper, whatever you want to call it, and measure it out. So you're going to place that on the top like that, and you're going to measure it out. I'm going to fold mine at the corner right there, just like so. Just so I know where it's at. You can use a marker or something else to, to pinpoint exactly where you're going to cut it. So I just want to make sure it's nice and folded. Going to grab your scissors here, and you're going to cut where you made that fold, and this is going to tell you the measurements of how big you need that paper or scrapbooking paper to be. This is what it looks like after it's done when you cut it off. And then you're going to place it right on the top, and we're going to fold the edges and measure out what we need to cut off next. We don't want any excess on there for the sides. So right about there, I'm going to fold it. And the folding pinpoints where you need to cut it, and we're going to cut it. And you're going to repeat the process with the next scrapbooking paper. You're going to measure it out, make sure it fits, use your original as a stencil, and this is the paper once again. So we want to make sure they're the same length, because all the little sections on that rack are the same width and length. So we're just going to measure that out with the original one, compare them, and then we're going to cut off the excess. So once you cut that off, make sure you have every single piece, and you're going to make sure they fit. So the first thing we're going to do is take the adhesive paper off the little plastic thing you have on the back. Oops, mine got stuck. And we're going to start placing it. I'm going to start from the bottom. And just place it on top just like so. And if you have any excess on the sides, this is a sticky adhesive paper. So you can just push it in on the sides inwards. And if you don't want those little ridges like that, you can also leave that original paper underneath, but just hot glue it or something else on there. And we're going to place the next one just like so, leaving a little excess to the front because we want that to cover just a bit so we can place the ribbons on there. And then we're going to add the last piece. You're going to remove it off its little sheet thing, and then you're going to place it on the top. Make sure all the pieces are nice and fitted. And this is what it looks like. Just make sure to press everything in. Next, we're going to use this ribbon here. I also got this from the dollar store or Dollar Tree. And then you're going to measure it to your little stand, your little spice rack here. We're going to place it right in the front where we left that space, and we're going to measure it out. So we're going to wrap it around real quick. I'm going to flip this over so you guys can see. And we're going to try to get it as tightly as close as possible, not too tight, but you want it to fit. And it's going to leave a little tail, but this is just a guideline right there to where you want to cut it. So once you know where you want to cut it, you're going to hold your finger there to try to hold it, and you're going to cut that right off with the scissors. Don't cut your finger off. Once you have that cut out, you're going to place it down, and you're going to grab the rest of the ribbon string, and you're going to size them together. Compare and just make sure they're completely even, and you're going to need 2 strips because this spice rack only has 2 open free spaces. You can also cover the bottom, but I'm going to use 2. And then we're going to measure it out and cut it. So make sure to cut that even just like the other one, and then we're going to start placing them in those little open slots right there. I'm going to use these. Either a pop socket, little double-sided 3mm, I forgot what they're called, but they're double-sided sticky pads. And I'm going to use these because this is all I have at the moment. And you're just going to cut that up. Once you have that cut up just like this, you're going to use that to stick your ribbon on it. We're only going to use 1. So you're going to want to place that to the front to the open little slot here. Try to get it on there. And I'm going to flip this over. Just like before, so you guys can see. And I'm going to use this little piece I took off. And then we're going to stick that nice and tight. Make sure not to get your finger on it too much. You don't want the adhesive to go away, the stickiness. And just press it nice and tight, and there goes the first one, and you're going to repeat the same to the second one. If you don't have any double-sided sticky pad or anything, hot glue or a tape or something that will hold it will work. If you want to cover the underneath of your little stand, so the little adhesive stick area won't collect any dust, you can do just that, but make sure you use something like a hot glue gun or a double-sided sticky pad like I did, or tape, something to hold it. And we're pretty much done, guys. You can use this as a bedazzled spice rack or to hold your makeup on. Very simple and very cheap. It cost me close to $4 to make, inexpensive. So this is pretty much done. And it's a makeup stand. You can leave it a little longer to cover the front, or you can use the whole material of this to cover it. And if you don't like how this looks from the things that hang, you know, you can see the little bony structure here, you can leave this underneath and use like a hot glue gun or something and leave it as a hole. So instead you can use and leave it as a hole like this and just place it on here so it won't have these ridges. Or you can just slap them on here like this, like I did. And this is all the stuff from the Dollar Tree, so you don't have to worry about whatever. And if you like DIY stuff, makeup stands and stuff like that, you can do this. Is very easy and very simple. Like I said, you can cover the whole thing in this material and not the ribbons, but I like how the ribbons look on it. So try it out at home, guys. Very easy. I'm sorry I made this on my bed, but very easy and very simple, a DIY stand. Now let's go see what it looks like on top of my vanity. So this is what it looks like on top of the vanity, and I'm going to place some items really quick right here so you can take a quick look. It makes everything look really fancy, bedazzled. I even did my mirror, and I also bedazzled my shelves. I also have a video on my shelves if you're wondering how I made these shelves. You don't have to necessarily make holes on your wall. You can use alternative methods, but I bedazzled them as well, and I bedazzled my mirror. So now I have the matching shelves here. They're pretty sturdy, really sturdy, believe it or not. And then the bedazzled mirror I made by myself with Dollar Tree items. So now I have the wall shelves, the mirror, and the stand. So this stand right here looks really gorgeous. It looks pretty fancy. No one's gonna notice you made it, so try it out. So thank you for watching, guys. I really hope you liked and enjoyed this video. And if you did, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe and notification button for more videos on tutorials, makeup, and more.